A few years back, there were several UK fighters, including James Degale, Carl Frampton, and Lee Selby, who signed with Haymon. And the British press at the time were talking about Haymon possibly making an incursion into the UK market and putting on PBC shows in the UK. Sadly, at least in my opinion, those shows never manifested. And in fact, it was the opposite. It was a UK promoter in Eddie Hearn who made inroads into the American market and started putting on matchroom shows in America. And while that's all well and good, I'm still disappointed that Eddie Hearn doesn't have any real competition in the UK. And I always felt that the PBC model would probably work better in the UK than it has in the United States, where you're putting fights on terrestrial television a lot of the time with the occasional pay-per-view. I feel like that would work better in the UK, whereby PBC actually buy airtime off various different networks. Well, fast forward to November 2018, and this article has come out by the Daily Mirror, and it states that James Degale was set to fight Chris Eubank Jr. in January as Haymon finally enters the UK market. This to me is exciting news. I want to see more boxing on terrestrial TV in the UK, a return to boxing on terrestrial TV. I know Channel 5 do bits and pieces, but I want to see it return to terrestrial TV in a major way. And again, according to this article, that could be what we're about to see. It says here that it's understood that both American and British bills will be broadcast by ITV and not exclusively on pay-per-view television, and that British heavyweight Joe Joyce is central to their plans for multiple shows throughout 2019. This is a power move by Uncle Al. That's what this is. This is him striking back at Eddie Hearn. And maybe Eddie Hearn's move to make inroads into the United States was not even a counterattack, but maybe that was a preemptive strike, because Haymon was apparently looking to put shows on in the UK long before Eddie Hearn did his first American show. So maybe Hearn caught wind of it and said, you know what? I need to launch a preemptive strike and get my shot in before Haymon gets his shot in. Perhaps it was something like that. But whatever the case may be, I personally think this is great for boxing, particularly for British boxing. Imagine the PBC shows broadcast on ITV and not just on pay-per-view. Imagine seeing a lot of the PBC shows just on terrestrial television on ITV. Fantastic. Fantastic. Definitely look forward to that and hope it goes ahead this time and it's not just, something on the rumor mill which never comes to fruition. We'll see how the British promoters like Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren respond to this news if it goes ahead. I remember when those initial rumors that Haymon was going to put shows on in the UK several years ago, remember when they first came about and there was talk that Haymon was going to put shows on BT at the time, but it ended up being Frank Warren who did the deal with BT, not Haymon. But there was also talk of ITV at the time as well, to be fair. But yeah, it turns out that it's ITV who, according to this article, will apparently be the ones to give a home to Premier Boxing Champions. Let me know how you guys feel about this story in the comment section below. James Degale versus Chris Eubank Jr. in January on PBC in the UK. PBC ITV. And Joe Joyce, that's a very good move. Getting an undefeated British heavyweight and using him as the poster boy for PBC in the UK. That's a great move. This is an Olympic silver medalist. And you know how Britain, particularly mainstream Britain, loves its Olympic champions. In Britain, Olympic champions are put on a different kind of pedestal. Particularly if they're gold or, silver champion, they will get the red carpet rolled out and they'll get the royal treatment. So, yeah, very good move if this is indeed going to happen. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. It's Haymon, I'm out.